Hi boys and girls, this is Mr. Woods, and today we're going to be going over Lesson 10, Session 1, and Lesson 10, Session 2 in the Ready Mathematics book. Our lesson objectives for the content is to recognize and name the coins penny, nickel, dime, and quarter, know the value of coins in paper denominations, count the amount of money represented by a set of coins or bills. Additionally, our language objectives are to write the value of a set of coins, write the value of a set of bills, list coins that have a given total value. Let's get started with Lesson 1, or rather Session 1. So what you want to do is practice at home. And we have this count by five. You may have heard me or your instructor, your teacher, talking about let's count by fives. Well, a nickel is worth 5 cents. So one nickel here is 5. So we can say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. If you notice, for each nickel, we go up by 5. So there's 5 plus 5 is 10, because there's 5 plus 5. Plus 5 more is 15. And it continues on to where we have 90 plus 5 is 95, and 95 plus 5 is 100. And 100 cents is equal to $1. Now you can also count by tens. And look at this, we paired up the coins here. We have 1 pair, 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 4 pairs, 5 pairs, 6 pairs, 7 pairs, 8 pairs, 9 pairs, and 10 pairs. But look at that, when I was saying 1, 2, it looked like it was like 1 and a 0. Well, that's because we have a nickel, which is 5 cents, and a nickel, which is 5 cents, and that makes 10 cents. What other coin can you use instead of 2 nickels? Yes, a dime, because it's worth 10 cents. So you can have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 cents, which is equal to $1. So instead of having 20 nickels, you can have 10 dimes. All right, that's enough practice. Let's move forward with the lesson. So let's take a look at this. Remember, we want to read through the problem one time and then go back, and we're going to kind of circle and underline some stuff here maybe. So let's take a look here. It says here, you know how to solve problems with 1 and 2-digit numbers. Use what you know to try to solve the problem below. Lee, Seth, and Jack each have 5 coins. Okay, so they each have 5. Lee's coins are worth 1 cent, so it's 1 cent each. Look at that, 1 cent, 1 cent, 1 cent, 1 cent, 1 cent. That little C with a line through it, that's the cent symbol. Seth's coins are worth 5 cents each. Ooh, that means that it's a little bit more than 1 cent. It's actually 5 times that 1 cent. Jack's coins are worth 10 cents each. So which coins are equal to 1 cent? Yeah, it's a penny. Which coins are worth 5 cents each? A nickel. And which coins are worth 10 cents each? A dime. So now here it says, which child has the most money? Let's take a look at that. I'm going to erase this here real quick. All right, well, let's count our cents. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cents. So that's equal to 5 cents. Okay, and then Seth's coins are worth 5 cents each. So we're going to count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, 25 cents. Let's take a look at that. That's 25 cents. There's that symbol for cents. Jack's coins are worth 10 cents each. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That's equal to 50 cents. Wow. So which is greater? Which number is greater? 5 cents, 25 cents, or 50 cents? Yes, 50 cents. So this is the greater. And so we can sit here and type it out. I'm going to say Jack has the most money, period. Now, you could have also come down here and said, well, wait a minute, let's take a look at this and put down, I'll have the cent symbol here, so we're just going to say 1 plus 1, oops, supposed to be a plus symbol, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals, and you can count it all up and say 5 cents. So this is, you can do that. You can count it, 5 plus 5 plus 5, so we can repeat that for the 5s. Let's just do that. So we can say 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals, you can count it up. Again, it would be 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 5 more is 15, plus 5 more is 20, plus 5 more is 25, so 25 cents. And then we can also do it with the dimes. Let's look at that. So we can say 10 plus 10 plus, oops, plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, and that equals, well, 10 plus 10 is 20, plus 10 more is 30, because remember, we're adding up the 10 place value, plus 10 more is 40, plus 10 more is 50, so we have 50 cents. There you go. So there's different ways that you can do it. I want you to use the most expedient way, and that's the best way to do that is to learn how to count by your 5s and your 10s. Let's go to the next page. So we're on page 244. It says, who has the most money? Explain how you know. And this is from page 243. So this is where we added everything up and we said, well, Lee has 5 cents and Seth coins, he has 25. And we can just sit here and say, well, again, Jack has 50 cents. Okay, and that has, which is the most money. But we can continue to say, well, 50 cents is 45 cents more than Lee, and 25 cents more than Seth. Now, you may want to include some math on that, because what we want to do is we can prove that. We can sit here and say, well, get my marker out. So we know that Jack has 50 cents. So he has 50 cents here. This is 50. And we want to subtract Seth's 25 cents. So 25 cents. Now this is the standard algorithm. And remember we were talking about regrouping and such in class. Well, we can regroup. So we can say instead of having 5 10s, we're going to have 4 10s. And we're going to put a 10 right here. Make that 1 and 0. So that's going to be 10 cents. So 10 cents minus 5 cents is 5 cents. And 4 cents minus 2 cents is 40 cents minus 20 cents is 20 cents. So we have 25 cents here. Okay, so now let's take a look at the difference between, so that was um, Jack and Seth. Let's look at Jack and Lee. So we have Jack has 50 cents again. And Lee has 5 cents. I'm going to use that subtraction. And this is the standard algorithm. Let me go back here and grab my pen. So again, we have to regroup. So I take away a 10 from here to make it 4 tens, and then I'm moving that 10, that fifth 10 over here. So I have 10 cents minus 5 cents is 5 cents. And 4 cents or 40 cents minus 0 cents is still 40 cents. So we have 45 cents. Oops. So we added, not only did we write it out, we also, you showed the math here on how you were able to get those answers. All right, so let's go on to page 244 still. And look at this. We have a chart here. So it says use cents, so that symbol to show cents, and then there's a new symbol. That's a dollar sign. I'll make that a little bit larger. So here's the dollar sign. You may have seen it before to show dollars. So 5 cents is 5 cents. $5, see that dollar sign, is $5. Each type of coin and bill has a different value. So we have a penny here, which is equal to 1 cent. And here's the front of it, and there's the back. This is a nickel. That's the name of this coin here, which is equal to 5 cents. And there's the front and the back. We have a dime, which is equal to 10 cents. And here's the front and the back. We have a quarter, which is equal to 25 cents. And there's your front and back. So these coins are, so the penny is smaller than the nickel, but the dime is smaller than the penny and the nickel and the quarter, but it has greater value, okay, than the nickel or the penny. And the quarter has the greatest value of all of these. Then we look over to the right, and there's a $1 bill. A $1 bill is worth the same amount as 100 cents, okay? There are also other types of bills such as $5, $10, $20, $50, and $100. Okay, so what I want you to do is to use this chart and write down your answers here. So we have how many pennies equals 1 nickel, how many nickels equals 1 dime, how many pennies equals 1 dime, and how many nickels is equal to 1 quarter. I want you to pause the video and then write out your answers and then come back and check it with me. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. All right, so we know that 1 penny is equal to 1 cent and 1 nickel is equal to 5 cents. So we could say 5 cents, which is a nickel, is equal to, and I'm going to do 1 cent plus 1 cent, there's 2, plus 1 cent, there's 3, plus 1 cent, there's 4, plus 1 cent, equal to 5. There we go. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cents. So that's 5 pennies, right? Oh, that's kind of exhausting to write all of that out. So we know that, so we're just going to say 5 and whatever. So a dime is equal to 10 cents. We're just going to write down 10. And that is equal to 5 plus 5. Remember your small doubles? In fact, you can use your fingers. 5 and 5 make 10. So you know that one of these is equal to a nickel. So you have 1 nickel, 2 nickels. So 2 nickels is equal to 1 dime. Repeat the process here, and we know that a dime is equal to 10 cents. So if it's 10 cents, then we know a penny is equal to 1 cent. So we have 10 pennies. Now here's the toughie. We have so many nickels is equal to 1 quarter. Well, we have a quarter, which is equal to 25 cents. And that is equal to 5 plus 5, that's 10, plus 5 is 15, plus 5, there's 20, plus 5 is 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So how many nickels is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 nickels is equal to 1/4. All right, let's move on to the next here. So this is where you need to come up in your own words, describe what a coin is, okay? And I'm just going to put in something here. A coin has a value. Okay? That's just one way to describe it. It could be, there are coins that have a value of 1 cent, 2 cents, and 3 cents. You can draw a picture of a coin. So let's see here. Let's change it to black. I can draw my picture and maybe put like the Washington or the Lincoln Memorial on there. And that's a penny, and that is equal to 1 cent, and that is equal to a penny. Penny. Non-example, just a square. I don't know. And then we have examples. Okay, so I want you to draw your examples of what you know about money right here. You can draw a dollar bill. You can draw a quarter. Whatever you want to do there. Let's go to the next practice for you. And remember, we're looking at this is a word problem, but you want to pull out the important information. How has money with a total value of 10 cents? What coins could How have? Explain. So we have 10 cents. Okay. So what's a coin that you can use that's just 10 cents? Right, a dime. Oops. Let me go back. Got to write this out. So the dime. Let's do a 1 dime. So 1 dime. But it's also equal to how many nickels? It's also equal to how many pennies? Okay? And on page 246, let's take a look at this. Olga, Letty, and Jean each have 7 coins. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coins. Okay, so they each have 7 coins, but which has the most money? What you need to do is you need to add all of these up, and then you'll be able to determine who has the most money. Okay, now we're into Lesson 10, Session 2. And it says here, read and try to solve the problem below. Well, let's read this together, and then I'm going to pause. I want you to pause the video and then try to solve it on your own. Carla needs $1 to buy a notepad. She empties her jar of nickels. Carla's nickels are shown below. Does Carla have enough money to buy a notepad? So these are nickels, and a nickel is they're each equal to 5 cents. Let me give you that. All right, pause the video, and I want you to see if you can solve this problem. Welcome back. So $1. So $1. Let's just write this down over here. So $1 is equal to 100 cents. Okay. And we know that 5 cents is equal to a nickel. So we have to find out if she has enough 5 cents that is equal to 100 cents. This is where counting by fives is going to come into play. And if I was you, I would say, okay, well, I know that each of these is equal to 5, and I would cross it off as I'm counting. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. Ooh, there we go. That's 100 cents. So she has 100 cents, and that equals $1. So yes, she does have. So we can write out, yes, Carla has enough money to buy a notepad. How else can you group these coins, okay, to count faster? Well, we can group 2 at a time. There's group 2. There's a group 2. There's a group 2. There's 2. There's 2. There's 2. There's 2. Here's 2. Here's 2 more. And 2 more. And remember, your small double for 5s. 5 and 5 make 10. So now we can count by 10s instead. So that could go faster than counting by 5s. So let's take a look here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So yes, again, we counted by 10s. Now, what's even faster? Some of you might know this. So let's take a look. Let's go in here. I'm going to, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's equal to a quarter. There we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There's another quarter. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There's another quarter. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There's another quarter. So we know that 4 quarters. Let me try that again. 4 quarters equal $1. So we can also say yes again by doing it that way. See how we can regroup the coins into making it so that it's easier to count and to find our answer. All right, so this is where we connect it. And this is on page 249, lesson 10, session 2. It says here, look at the second model. So this is the second model here. And I just pasted it over here so that you didn't have to go back to take a look at any models or anything like that in your book. So let's take a look at the this problem here. It says, now you will use the problem from the previous page to help you understand how to find the value of groups of nickels. Look at the second model. This is it, our model it. What is the value of 2 nickels? Well, 5 and 10. There's your small doubles, right? So it's 10 cents. What coin has the same value as 2 nickels? Pause the video, think about it, write it in there, or look it up. Correct. It's a dime. D-I-M-E, a dime. Why can you count by 10s? Think about that. Right, because we're just grouping 5 and 5. There's those doubles, 5 and 5. just keep on grouping them all the way through. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. You'll get it with practice, I promise. It says here, how is counting by fives like counting by tens? I want you to take a moment to think about that. And so go ahead and pause the video. And we'll come back. Okay. So it's like counting on. So if you take a look at it, we can say it's like counting on. It's like counting on, but in fives, you count on by 5, and with 10, you count on by 10. 10 more. Okay. So it says here, does Carla have enough money to buy a notepad? How do you know? Well, yes, because you went through and you counted everything. Just remember that. So you can go through and you can group it here. So you can say 10, 20, 30. So because we can just say 100 cents because cents equals $1. And that $1 is equal to the cost of the notepad. All right, let's move forward. So let's apply it. We're on page 250 here. And let's take a look at this word problem. So it says, use what you just learned to solve these problems. Amy and Joss each have $1 in coins. Amy has quarters, Joss has dimes. How many of each coin do Amy and Josh have? Show your work. Let's look at it again. They each have $1 in coins. And I'm going to underline Amy has quarters, Josh has dimes. How many of each coin? So each coin, I'm going to circle each coin. Do Amy and Josh have? Well, how much is, so a quarter, let's just say, I'm just going to use a Q. A quarter equals 25. Oops, let's put a 2 in front of that. 25 cents. And then a dime is equal to 10 cents. So how many quarters do you need to make 100 cents? Well, let's add them up. So let's just say, let's see here. Amy has quarters, so I'm going to put an A up here. And let me change the colors here. So she has quarters, so 25, 25. Let's add these up. Let's just add those up, 2 quarters up. 5 and 5, that makes another 10. So I'm just going to do a partial sum here. So, and I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to put here again, just add this up again, because we're not adding these numbers up again. So that's why I marked it out. So we remember how we have our place values. So I want to draw that line all the way through. So we have 0 here, 0 here, 2 and 2 is 4 plus 1 more. So that's a small double plus 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5. Oh, so that's 50 cents. Huh. If that's 50 and 50 is half of 100, we can just add another, let's just do that. Let's just add another 50 cents, which is another 2 quarters. And that is, there's 0 and 5 tens and 5 tenths make 10 tens. So there's 100 cents, which is equal to, let's say, do the equal here, to $1. Wow. So how many quarters? 1, 2, which is this one here, and then 3, 4. So she has 4 quarters. I want you to pause this video and see if you can count by dimes to figure out the number of dimes. Okay, hopefully you did yours the right way. Let's take a look here. You know, I can use a tally mark instead of a circle or whatever, or putting 10, 10, 10. So let's just count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Ooh, it's equal to 100 cents, which is equal to $1. Okay, let's count these up. These hash marks here are equal to 10 cents each, which is a dime. So she has one, or he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's verify it as we're marking it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he has 10 dimes. See how I broke it down? And for one, I used the standard algorithm. For the other, I used hash marks. Could you have used hash marks for the other one? Possibly, but it's harder to count by 25s right now. And then, but if you just remembered, hey, 4 quarters is equal to $1, you can do that. All right, let's move forward. We're still on page 250. Let's take a look at this here. So number 8, Julio and Kent have the same amount of money. Julio has 1 dime and Kent has 2 coins. What coins does Kent have? So we know that, and I'm just going to use a D for dime. Dime equals 10 cents. Now, the thing here is what 2 coins equals to 10 cents? So if it'll be 5 cents, and then 5 cents. What coin is equal to 5 cents? Well, that's is equal to 2 nickels. Okay. Oh, let's break down number 9 here on page 250. So Sadie has the same amount of money as 1 quarter. Which group of coins could Sadie have? Ooh, she has the same amount of money as 1 quarter. Which group of coins could Sadie have? Well, how much is 1 quarter? So again, I'm going to use a Q for quarter. So quarter is equal to, yes, 25 cents. Well, let's take a look at these coins. What coins are these? And then count it up. Well, those are dimes, and they're 10 cents. So I'm just going to put a 10 here. And let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that's 50 cents. Is 50 cents the same as 1 quarter? No. Let's take a look down here. What are these? I want you to count by that denomination of the coin. Let's check and see if you have the same thing here that I have. So those are nickels, and they're worth 5 cents. And we can count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that's 25 cents. So yeah, does that equal to 1 quarter? Look at that, 25 cents and 25 cents. So yes, we can definitely circle that one. Then we have a group of pennies here, and that's worth 1 cent each. Let's count them up. It's just by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 5 cents. 5 cents does not equal to 25 cents. And let's look at here. Those look quarters. See how it's we have General Washington, our first president there. So that's worth 25 cents. But wait, if these are 2 quarters, that is greater than 25 cents because one of them just equals 25 cents. So no, that one doesn't work. So the answer is B, 5 nickels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right, so we're getting into some practice. This is where I want you to do the practice. First, let's look at the example. It says here, study the example showing how to find the value of a set of coins, then solve problems 1 through 5. Danny puts the nickels in his these nickels in his piggy bank. How much money does Danny save? Well, we can sit here and go 5, 10, 15 and cross them out. But notice how Danny, he arranged them in groups of 2, which makes so that he can count by tens. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So Danny saves 80 cents. That's how much money is in his piggy bank right here. I want you to look at number 1. Again, Jared has these dimes. Remember, a dime is equal to 10 cents each. Okay, so dimes means he has more than one. Count by tens to find the total value of the dimes. Fill in the blanks. I already filled it in here for 1, 10. And then you write out the answer there. Cindy, this is on page 252. Cindy has these quarters. Fill in the blanks to count the total value. Well, how many quarters does she have? Clue is how many quarters makes $1, and $1 is equal to how many cents? Think about that. What is another name for the value of Sydney's coins? There you go. Still on 252. George, Amber, and Jenna each have $1 in coins. George has quarters, Amber has dimes, Jenna has nickels. How many of each coin do George, Amber, and Jenna have? Show your work. Oh boy. So let's look at this. George, Amber, and Jenna, they each have $1 in coins. George has quarters, Amber has dimes, Jenna has nickels. So you're trying to figure out how many of each they have, and it has to add up to $1. So you can say quarter 1, or write out 25 cents plus 25, and do all that. You can add up all the dimes, add up all the, write down the nickels. So you can represent an X, or you can draw circles for each coin and just say this one is like an arrow, that's 25. And let's do this one here, that's equal to 10. So that you can keep track. So 10, write out the numbers there. And you can even say 10, whatever. So you can count it up and make sure that you can have the number of nickels, dimes, and quarters. Still on page 252. Jody has $1 in pennies. How many pennies does Jody have? Let's see here. Jody has $1 in pennies. How many pennies does Jody have? Well, remember how many pennies are in $1? If you don't, go back and listen earlier in the video. Okay, boys and girls, that's it for our lesson 10, session 10.2 or 2 right now. I hope you have a better understanding. What you may want to do is just get your own piggy bank out and start playing with money. And remember, pennies are 1 cent, nickels are 5 cents, dimes are 10 cents, and quarters are 25 cents.